who I'm seeing now is very different to who I would watch. But when we've talked, this is quite similar.
Yeah.
So which I appreciate. And I just wanna. I have a weird question. All of this cool stuff, everything that you're doing at the moment, everything that you're discovering. Every yes to something is a no to something else. Every no to something is a yes to something else.
Yeah.
So everything that you're enjoying, loving, and passionate about experiencing now, at what cost? Like, what does that? And we've had this phrase around church recently that we kind of like. It's not a, super said all a lot, but just recently talking about like how you have to count the cost of what you do. So like before you do something, you're like, all right, what is this gonna cost me? What is this? Because there's a personal cost to it. I didn't realize walking into showbiz what the cost was.
Yeah.
And I don't think anyone can really tell you.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because a lot of people watching from different contexts of life. Some of them might be in showbiz, some of them in church, but there's always the cost to something. And again, I celebrate it that you're doing cool stuff. But I'm just curious, is there do you feel like you've had a price to pay to do it, and what has that looked like?
Money.
Okay.
And like for the longest time, this is something that I realized about myself, like stepping away from showbiz too, and kind of from the Philippines in general. And I don't mean anything, I don't mean disrespect by this, but like I was so afraid of looking poor. And I was like, what is that? Like, it's not that I look down on poor people. I definitely don't. I was poor growing up. Like when I lived in the province, we didn't have water coming from like a faucet.
Yeah.
I would have to go to the balon. We call it balon in Ilocano. I don't know what you call it in Tagalog, but it's like a well.
Right.
I would fetch water. I would boil it to drink it. Like we were that poor. And when I remember when I joined showbiz, like everybody was always saying like, at least when I first joined showbiz, they were like, oh, don't talk too much about your personal life.
Yes.
That's why nobody knows much about my upbringing. Everybody just thinks that, oh, I must come from a wealthy background because I'm half American, I'm mestiza and everything. And that's like really, really far from the truth. And I think in order to like not distract people from the brand that we were carefully curating, I never really went in depth about my story. But anyway, now I think that I've moved to LA, obviously money is the biggest thing that I've sacrificed, because I could be here in the Philippines doing the same thing I've been doing since I was 12, making lots of money, lots of money, because endorsements pay really well, not taping and movies, but endorsements pay really well. And it would have been light work for me, because honestly, it got to a point when I was taping where like I could just cry when you asked me to cry, like, and without even having to feel the emotion. And obviously I don't like that, because like I'm an actor, I want to be able to like really be in the moment and feel what the character's feeling. But because the schedules were so grueling and we were just like exhausted all the time, I kind of went into like autopilot, and I was able to just operate and do the things people were telling me to without actually feeling. And so I could be easily just doing that and still making the same amount of money that I used to, but now I don't. That's what I sacrificed to be living in LA, and discomfort, because now that I'm in LA, obviously I'm a new artist, so I'm going through all the new artist things, and it kind of, when I first moved to LA, it really hurt me when people would be like, oh, laos na siya, we don't see her anywhere. Oh, laos na siya, she's like only doing these like small little influencer gigs. Guys, that's how I stay alive. Like I'm not making as much money as I did before, and on top of that, majority of my money still comes from like Asia, but I'm living in the US. So the conversion
62 pesos for $1, just saying.
The conversion is crazy. And so I have to do all these little gigs every now and then, because that's how I pay my bills, and that's like the price that I'm paying so that I can like fulfill this ambition or dream of mine. And so money, and just the comfort of like knowing like not having to put in the effort to grow. Because in LA, like I'm spending money on acting classes. I'm spending money on vocal lessons. I spend money on self-tapes because I have to hire an acting coach to do my self-tapes with me. And it's not cheap. Like every self-tape, I spend like $500.
Self-tape is like for an audition?
It's an audition that I'm not even going to get. And I do like 3 to 4 auditions a week.
That's hard work. And for context, I'm assuming if you were in the Philippines, you wouldn't have to audition much.
I did never.
Yeah.
I never had to audition. I'm not being cocky. It's just like that's the way the industry is built over here. It's like once someone has taken off, I don't even know if you audition when you're a newbie because I didn't really audition. They scouted me.
I did one look what is it?
Look test.
Look test, and then.
But a look test isn't an audition. That means you've kind of got the job, right? And then they're just like testing your look for the show.
Go see. Sorry, go see.
Go see. Oh yeah.
Is that an audition?
Go see is more for modeling. Audition for modeling.
This shows how much I know after everything. But yeah, sorry, continue.
But yeah, in America, I audition for everything, and I do like 3 to 4 auditions a week, and I get rejected constantly. So imagine having to deal with that coming from a country where they would mold a show and a movie around me, and then all of a sudden having to go there and audition for everything, and every day just be rejected over and over again. And like I love it now because like, you know, I'm learning and growing so much, and it's just like it becomes fun for me because like in 1 week I'm like playing a serial killer, and then I'm playing like a princess, and then I'm playing like, you know, all these different roles. Amazing. Which is fun. But then yeah, I still get rejected, and it's okay because I'm doing the thing that I said I wanted to do.
Right. Awesome. And I pray that a lot of people do that. Because just recently, I don't even remember what episode we were talking about it. I'm looking to the team now. We were talking about like what is success for you. In similar ways, when I started working at church, people were like same thing, lawas na siya. Which I get it, and to be honest, I'm like yeah, cool. But at the end of the day, I'm like, my conviction is like I'm not gonna stand before God one day and be like, how many endorsements you get, bro?
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's gonna be what did I do with Jesus? And so for you, it sounds like you're pursuing the passion in that. And so I had a question, but I feel like you've answered it. My question was gonna be like, so are you doing what you love doing? And it sounds like you are.
I do only things I want to do. Like it's so liberating because, and which is also difficult because, like I said, I'm a new artist in America, and so usually when you're a new artist, you just bite onto everything that is offered to you, right? But I told myself I left the Philippines because I didn't want to do that anymore. And so even if I'm doing the new artist thing, I'm like, no, I'm just gonna like stand my ground, be firm, and only do the things that I actually like and I'm passionate about because I want to enjoy what I do.
Great.
Like I don't want to just do things for money. And it's been very awesome because like I feel so empowered. One thing I was never able to do here in the Philippines was say no. Like I physically could not say those words. And like I would disappoint so many people so many times because like I would say yes to a thing and then later on change my mind and be like, actually no, I really didn't want to do that. All because I just couldn't say it the first time around. And
why do you think that, Liza? I'm just
because we were basically conditioned to not. Like I remember hearing growing up in showbiz, and I'm not saying that it's manipulative or anything, it's just the way the industry works is like you always have to say yes to everything. They're like, let your team be the bad cop, never say no to anything. And that being like told to you over and over kind of like just it ingrains in your brain, and like you end up having that same, like you just take that everywhere with you. And even when it comes to things that you know you're like literally uncomfortable with or you don't agree with, you're just not able to voice your authentic opinion on. And because like, you know, growing up as a child star, you're just like you become a people pleaser naturally because you want to be you want to be chosen.
Right.
You want to be seen. You want to be loved because that's the industry we live in. We make art for people to see.
And if that art isn't like, it's not appreciated
or received well.
And so and again, it's such an I don't mean interesting in the sense of like I love it, but it's a wild, complex situation because a lot of people see things, and again, I'm just kind of playing this straight. Unless you've experienced it, you won't fully get it unless you're hearing the just reality of the stories. And again, it's a beautiful place to be. But again, everything has a cost and everything has a yes and a no. So enough no's to something will leave you without something that you really need. And so I want to talk about kind of shift gears and move into something. I struggle with this. I had a great guy called Pranav, who shout out Nav. He lives 4 floors above me now in the condo that I live in. He's married. He's one of my closest friends. But when I started kind of getting out of showbiz and finding a community, it was in the church community. He was the first guy I trusted. Now, Nav, backstory, for those of you who might not know him, used to be an addict to many things, to the rainbow of things. But God got a hold of his life and he shifted. He's great now. He's now our youth pastor. Reason I bring up Nav was he said something so interesting to me, and that was so alien to me coming out of showbiz. He saw that I had trust issues, and he said, I see you. He's the only guy I trusted in church. And he said, I will only introduce you to people who are not weird, weird. Like, so he would put me around people that I knew I could come around. So I'm just wondering, like, how has it been with you coming into a new environment? I killed it. There it is. No one wants to see it, but I am proud. Sorry, it's nowhere flying. I killed the bug.
He's a murderer.
I'm a murderer. What am I talking about? Dang it!
I feel like
so you're in a new era,
Environment.
new environment. Has it been weird trusting people? Has it been weird? Have you been having moments where you're like, and then you're like, I can calm down? How has it been trusting new people?
How do I put this? Even though I wasn't very trusting in like showbiz, I never became like a distrustful person. I like, there's like some sort of weird wisdom that I always had like as a child where I knew like I couldn't trust people in showbiz type of thing. And so like to me, they're work friends, you know? And that's okay. Like you can have work friends and like leave it at that, but they're not the people that I'm going to bare my soul to, you know? And so I always had like my friends outside of showbiz that I would kind of showcase that with. And like obviously I've been burned a few times with like even those non-showbiz friends and everything over the years, but I think my love for a connection, like a real authentic connection with people, was always stronger than the distrust that people kind of imparted on me. And so right now, I'm kind of excited to talk about this because I know that you're also in church and everything. A year and a half ago, I started going to a Christian church. I was baptized Catholic here in the Philippines, obviously. But when I moved to LA, I was very lonely for like a good 3 to 4 months because a lot of stuff happened here in Manila, and then I all of a sudden migrated to LA. And even though like I'm a U.S. citizen and everything, I did not grow up in LA. I have no family there. So, well, actually I have an aunt there. But for 3-4 months I was lonely, and then I met this one guy named Brandon, and he was like, we were at like some showbiz event, and I was like just very quiet in the corner next to my manager, and he came up to me and he was like, hi, my name is Brandon, how can I help you? And great. I was like, are you trying to sell me something? Like, what's going on here?
Jesus.
No, literally, Jesus was what he was trying to sell. That's his like goal in life, to like convince people in entertainment to like join, like
come to church,
to meet Jesus. But then he like, from that one encounter, he kept on like reaching out to my manager, trying to like introduce me to people that he would like disguise it as like business meetings, and they were genuinely, but these were also people he went to church with. So
we're not
eventually he introduced me to this lovely family that were like, I was kind of doing business with for a short while, but unfortunately that business had to end. But we're still cool. We go to church together. It was that meeting that he was like, you know what, you should try coming to church with me. And so I went to church with him. And at first, so like, just a little bit of context, I was very hesitant because, you know, growing up in a religious country, but also growing up Filipino, kind of religion is always like
It's always
present.
there.
It's
Yeah.
always there. I also went to a Catholic school.
Right.
And so I've always been a believer of God. I've always been like, I always knew that God was what I believed in. I just didn't believe in organized religion because I had seen so many things in like that space, like in my school, in like the churches that I went to,
Right.
where people would contradict the things that were said in the Bible, like Jesus's words or what he wanted for people. And so I became very distrustful of the church,
Right.
not God, not anyone. And so I was like, even like when I was like actively, religious, like my fans know this because they would catch me at church from time to time or like see me going to church with my ex and everything. Like I was really trying hard to connect with the church, but I always felt uncomfortable in it. And I'm not trying to like bash any other religion or anything. That's not it. It's just like, different people have different, I guess, connections with different things, But when I went to LA and when Brandon brought me to this church, at first I was like, I wasn't really agreeing with a lot of the things the pastor was saying. Like there was something he said about like, he would always talk about suffering. For some reason, that was like the main topic every time for the first like 2 months that I was going to church at my church. And every time I would get so hot-headed at church because I was like, what does this white man know about suffering? Like, have you been to the Philippines? Have you seen like the children that suffer in like third world countries? Like, how can you say that these children, like kids that have cancer, how can you say that they deserve to go through these things? And like, I really didn't get it. But the thing about me is like, I've never been afraid to wrestle with God.
Great.
Like, I've never been afraid to wrestle with God. Like, there are things that I may not like understand all the time. There may be things that I see and I'm like, why would you do this?
Yeah. To God?
I would tell him like, why would you do this? Why would you let this happen? Like if you're all good, why would you let this happen? Why would you not like help me out when I ask you for help? I had like, I'm sure everybody has like these questions in their mind.
Yes. It's the number one asked question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like after 6 months of going there, see, even if I didn't like what the pastor was saying, I still kept showing up every Sunday. I was like really trying to look for a connection. Like I just wanted to feel God. I was actually telling Sabine this story earlier. 6 months in, I go to church, and that day, like I had really bad allergies because I had like adopted cats, and I'm allergic to cats.
This is the heart of Liza Soberano.
I'm allergic to cats, so before church, took a Benadryl.
Okay.
And I was like, I obviously knew that I was gonna get drowsy, but I was like, I just don't want to be sneezing in church.
Right.
And I sneeze a lot. But anyway, I go to church, and I fell asleep. I fell asleep in church, and then I had this like very vivid dream, one of the most vivid dreams I've ever had in my life. And the scene that I was seeing in my head, or like my dream was like, like that scene in Stranger Things when Elle goes into this like pitch black room and then like the floor is water.
I can
like
imagine.
whenever she goes into the underworld or whatever you call it, upside down. Yeah.
Good job,
that's
guys.
like actually not the upside down. It's like in between.
Charlie, get it right. Get it right. Was it you or is it? Okay. Sorry. Go on.
I saw when I fell asleep, I saw myself in that like place, and then I was just screaming at God. Like I was like, I'm here. I've shown up. I've been showing up for 6 months now. Like, where are you? I'm like, I even feel emotional when I like reimagine that because I was like so angry at him, but like I still knew he was there, right? I was so angry at him, and I was just screaming at the top of my lungs. I was like, you never show up. You never show up. I thought you were supposed to be my father. Like, and all of a sudden I felt like the warmest embrace of my life. And I was like, I'm the type of person, I don't like being hugged. Like, not even by my family. I don't like being hugged like that. I will hug people, but I secretly don't like it. And that was the first time, like, I just melted into someone's embrace. And then I just remember waking up in the middle of service, and I had tears all over my face. And, like, I finally realized like what the pastor was saying, what he meant by that. Like, I understand God and why humans suffer now. And it was like, it was great because for the first time in my life, I don't feel lonely. Like, I used to always say this thing where, like, I was always surrounded by so many people, and so many people that I genuinely felt like loved and cared for me. But I was always like, why do I feel so lonely?
I've said that like 20 times on this podcast. That's so cool. Okay, cool. Awesome.
Yeah, I was like, why do I feel, I'm like not alone, but I feel lonely. And now I never feel that, even when I'm alone.
Great.
Like, for the past 2 days, I was in Shangri-La BGC. Sorry. Yeah, I was in Shangri-La BGC.
Not there anymore when you guys see this.
Yeah, not there anymore. No, because the brand, like, got me a room and everything. But I could never sleep alone before. I was that type of person. Like, I had to have, like, my brother in my room with me, or, like, my assistant, anyone. Like, I just could not be left alone.
Yeah.
And now, like, I feel at peace all the time.
Great.
Because I never feel lonely.
Amazing. Amazing. I love it. And so there's something that I feel, because a lot of people watching will be like, yeah, whatever. Okay, wrestle with God. Ask, like, I love it. Someone said to me before, God can handle your anger. God can handle your emotions. God can handle your questions. He's not scared of them.
And he wants to.
And he wants to.
He wants to have a real relationship with us. Like, he's such a good God because he gave us autonomy. Like, he let us, have this ability to, like, choose what we want.
Right.
And so he wants, just like any of us, like human beings, he wants a real relationship with us. And a real relationship is, like, sometimes disagreeing with each other. Yeah. Sometimes just, like, having candid, silly conversations. Like, one of these pastors that I know, cool. He's, like, really old, and he's been, like, a pastor for this church in America for so long. And he's retired now, but he still, like, trains, like, young up-and-coming pastors. And I asked him, my friend asked him a question. So this was a story that was told to me. But my friend asked him a question of, like, at your age, he pretty much served the Lord his whole life. Right. And he was like, what do you do? Like, what's your relationship with God now? Because he's, like, in his 70s. And he was like, you know what I do? I spend my days now trying to figure out ways to make God laugh. Because they were like, God always approaches people with, like, people always approach God with, like, their problems, like, prayers of, like, finding, solving things, like, fixing their problems and everything. And sometimes, like, they thank God, too, when, like, they, receive some blessings and stuff like that. But, like, he's like, now I just want to, like, find ways to make God laugh. So he, like, so cool. He has these, like, corny little, like, jokes that he tells, like, God and stuff like that, apparently. And he's, like, writing a book about it.
So cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I never thought, ever. I am so grateful that I don't have a script, because we would have even gone onto that. And so that's really cool. I what I love about it is, hey, you, me, everyone in this room, we're on a journey in... Like, I love it. Some pastor from the U.S., I think is Matt something, said before, like, hey, we're never going to fully figure out everything about God. If we could, we've taken the God of the universe and fit him into a 3-pound brain. And so I love it because...
I don't want to have a God that I can understand.
Exactly.
Because, like, if... I'm like, if I can understand him, he must not be God.
Exactly. Take over the podcast. Do it. Don't go home. Just the team will. Anyway.
Yeah.
Exactly. Beautiful. And I love it because you've been talking about, and I just want to point it out to people watching too. There's a difference between, oh gosh, I gotta get the phrase wrong. It's childlike versus
childish.
Childish. There you go.
I know that too.
Yeah, we watch the same preach. No, no, but it's super cool because childish will be like why don't you do? But the childlike is like, I know I can run into my parents' room and jump on the bed and be like, frick you. And so I love it because it's just, I feel like it's just a good portrayal of what we can do. And so that's awesome. Awesome. I want to, so like even you, do you feel like that has helped you again? Now, we were talking about trust, but have you been able to like say, I trust you?
Oh, yeah.
God now. Yeah.
Yeah. Like a week before I came here, my brother and my best friend's boyfriend and his brother all got baptized at church, and I was supposed to get baptized with them. But me and my best friend decided we wanted to do it together, and we wanted to make a moment out of it. And so it was a very emotional day. Honestly, I didn't expect to cry because I got baptized before, and I was like, I never cried. Like, I just, it was very, like, just process.
Yeah.
But this baptism, because I was just, like, so connected and just, I guess, so at peace and, like, just really, like, craving that connection. When I saw, like, my brother and, my best friends, basically they're her family, just giving themselves to Christ and, like, being able to like, trust and, like, feel at home and at peace with him, it was, like, such a beautiful thing to witness. And so for me, I think, I, like, completely put my trust and faith in him now. And that's why, like, I've been so bold with my decisions, I think.
Great.
Like, my decisions to just jump. Like, whenever I have, like, new paths that I need to take or, like, kind of going back to what you were saying earlier about, like, saying yes to something, but that means, like, saying no to another thing. I don't feel, like, I don't get as much anxiety anymore.
Right.
And there's not as much back and forth. Like, I just take a leap of faith, and I trust that, like, if this is right for me, then God will make it happen. If it's not, then he'll pull me out, and I will be gladly pulled out of something that isn't for me.
Great. So good. Cool. You want to end it? No. I don't want to. I want to keep on going. No, because
Go ahead.
I don't know. You're basically preaching at the moment. I don't know if you guys. But just to touch on baptism, because some people will be like freaking out. Calm down. Just you're on the pod. You've made it this far. Just hang on for a little longer. And people, it might have gone over people's heads, but they're like, "Why are you getting emotional at a baptism?" I cried at my baptism. I had a whole. It was basically like a giant birthday party. It kind of is, but. To explain it quickly, as people are freaking out about it. The reason it means something is because a baptism is when you are declaring, it's an outward declaration of what you believe on the inside. So it is like you're standing your ground. You're saying, this is what I believe. This is what I hope for. This is what I cling to. And you're saying it to the world. And if that's not something that makes you a little emotional, or you can understand the weight of that now. So hopefully people watching kind of get that. So that's super cool. I want to ask, how is life, like that encounter that you had, the warm hug, I'll call that the Holy Spirit. That's what we believe as well. And so Holy Spirit's available for everyone, and I hope people today would, go to God, cry out to God. I believe they can experience it too. But since then, how has life been? I mean, you talked about boldness. You talked about not being alone. Has there been anything else that's changed or that's shifted?
Another thing about being, I guess, a new Christian is and giving myself to God is it kind of weeds out the things that shouldn't be a priority for me anymore. Because I have these new belief systems and these values, it's it already eliminates things that I should not even consider.
Sorry, I killed another bug. I'm sorry.
Go. It eliminates everything that I shouldn't even consider when it comes to work or hanging out with people. What's a good example?
Do you feel like you don't want to do certain things anymore? Like the desire is just changed, or
yeah, what's I'm trying to think of examples, and all the examples that I will give will for sure piss people off, but
well, at the same time, there's a verse. I'll throw the verse, and this will defend you. For those who are in Christ are a new creation. So it's you're new. That's what the baptism means. So go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. And so for example, kind of what I was saying earlier about me not liking luxury stuff anymore. I realized that was a very performative thing that I would do for people to show them that, hey, I'm successful. I have these things now. But God doesn't care. God doesn't care if I have the latest bag. God doesn't care if I'm dripping in diamonds. He really doesn't. And so I feel a sense of freedom because of that. Or even when it comes to people. I've always had good discernment.
Yeah.
I can always tell if someone's going to be good for me or not.
Right.
But even if I had that, it didn't stop me from like continuing to engage with those people that I knew weren't good with me because you know, because I was in showbiz and I was an artista, I thought of it as like, these are just people that I have to deal with because that's just the job.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, no, God, like if I don't think these people are good for me, then I can politely just like dismiss myself from this conversation or not hang out with them anymore. And I don't even have to give a reason. It's just like I'm protecting myself and I'm protecting my peace. And that's exactly what God would want for me. Or like, yeah, like there's a lot of other things too, but I'm not going to mention them.
Yeah, that's fair. No, absolutely. And I think it's cool because if I can attach a scripture to that, it says God gives the desires of his heart. And so it's great because when desires shift or things that don't become as important, it's like, you don't need to do that anymore. People would also say like it's an audience of one. And
can I say something?
Yeah, go.
I just thought of it. One thing that I discovered about myself when I started like having a real relationship with God is I don't want or need to be friends with everyone. You know, I felt like before, like, I felt like I had to like get on everyone's friendly side. And that doesn't mean that I'm mean to people that I don't want to be friends with. I'm still like very polite and like accommodating when they talk to me. But like, I always felt like I needed to show up for people and like I needed to perform for people so that they would like me. And God just gives me like a deep confidence and contentment that like, because like when I first got to LA, I was like so scared because I was so shy, like just like I was here in the Philippines. And I was like, how am I ever going to get anywhere in my career if I'm so shy, I'm not talking to people? And it's just like, I don't need to talk to people. Like if this is for me, it's going to happen. So yeah, that's just it. I'm sorry I cut you off.
No, absolutely. I think it's super cool. And I have about a lot of stuff, but I think that's just an awesome way to, again, I'm happy, I'm pleased. I never thought we'd be talking about this, especially 10 years ago. But I guess the last thing I'd want to ask is you've done so much in your life. You have reached the pinnacle, the climax, a lot that the world has to offer. You're now doing what you feel passionate about. You feel like there's purpose in what you're doing. I get it from what you're hearing. You have lived how long in show business? Like
since
when did
I
you
was
start?
12.
And now you're
28, 16
so
years.
16 years. You've done 16 years of show business. And I almost want to make this like a declaration moment. Like you're here, you're going back to the US in a couple of days. What do you want to be in 50 years, 60, 70 years from now, 80 years, when you're at the end of your life?
Honestly, I just want to be like a little old lady with my own little cafe, and I want the cafe to also have like a floral arrangement shop and like a gift wrapping station, because I like doing gift wrapping. I love flowers and I love serving people. So I just want to have like my little cafe in the mountains or something, and I just want to serve the same customers, and I just want to do a really good job at it. Like I don't want it to be a popular cafe either. I just want to have the same like 10 customers that are my regulars, and they go to me because I'm probably the only cafe like within a 1 mile radius. I want to have a lot of grandchildren. Like I want a lot of children. I want 4.
Heads up lang po sa mga, I don't know.
I mean, like, yeah, I want 4 children, and hopefully my 4 children will have at least 1 or 2 kids. So that'll give me at least, I don't know,
8.
4 apples or 8. Those are 2 different numbers, but yeah, that's all I really want.
Super cool. And I love it. And I think there's a beauty in simplicity. And I'm just really happy for you, because from a life of working hard for, there's this phrase I was just saying yesterday to a really close friend of mine. I said, I realized that a lot of times in life we look for the right things in the wrong places. And what I love that this interview has shown today is you've been to all of those places. And you haven't found the right things there. And then some dude called Brandon and again, it's a journey and stuff, but I feel like you found the right. I mean, it's so easy for a pastor to say, but I don't feel like I had to say much for you to say it. So, I'm so happy, and I don't really know. I don't want this to end, to be honest. But there's one thing that we do.
I'm like, it doesn't have to. Imagine this being a 2-hour podcast.
It's what we used to do, and then people stopped watching after the first hour, so that's
God.
why we're keeping it an hour, 30 minutes. We'll split it into 2.
Yeah.
But I'm a huge sports fan. It's super random, and there's one thing that we do on the podcast is one of my childhood moments of sport is a guy called Stevie G, football player, kissed the camera and signed it. So we want to invite you to sign our camera lens, which our team
so cool.
is. You know what? No. Rafa, keep it there. Switch to the camera. I want them to see the shaky frame. There you go.
I was like, what's going on in here?
They're trying to figure it out. These are trained, paid professionals, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, you're paid professional. You're kind of paid professional.
So I have to kiss it also?
No. You don't have to kiss it. No. You don't have to kiss it.
I'm like, let me practice at least.
No. You can sign it though.
Okay.
Liza Soberano on. Do you still call yourself Liza or?
Yeah, wait, can I clarify that?
Yes.
Well, I don't really need to be understood by people anymore, but like, it's funny because I get that question still all the time. Like, is it Liza or Hope? When I came out with that video, I wasn't trying to say that I didn't like the name Liza. And I literally did not say that. All I said was I didn't choose it. Okay. And like that, I thought that would be like a fun little fact or like trivia for people to find out like much later on in my career. But everyone took it as like, oh, she was she didn't like her name Liza. She doesn't want to be called Liza. She's ungrateful for her name being changed to Liza. And it's like, no, I'm grateful because that's the name that like took off, right? And I still very much love my real name too, which is Hope. But like, I still like. I like having the two names, and it's kind of similar to Blythe. I saw your guys' interview too, where like when I'm Liza, like I literally turn Liza on. Like right now, I feel like I'm Hope.
Okay, I feel like when I've been calling you Liza, I feel like I've been calling you the wrong name the whole podcast. I just want to say that.
It's okay. Yeah. But like right now, I feel like I'm Hope. But like when I'm Liza, there's like a switch. Like you could see like my posture's different, and that's just like me as a professional, kind of like. Doctors, like they have to put themselves into a certain headspace when they go to the hospital so that they can function at like a high level. I'm not comparing myself to a doctor. Obviously, they do life-saving work. Yes. But like it's also like that for an artista. Like you have to turn a certain part of your brain on so that you can just function in this like very demanding industry. High pressure industry. Yeah, high pressure industry. And so I like that I have the name Hope as well because I'm also able to like find out if a fan is a real one or not. Because like my real fans that like know me very well and have like followed my career throughout the industry will always call me Hope, and that's like how I always had an indicator when I was like in the thick of showbiz. I was like, oh, this person really knows me, and I know that they really don't know me if they call me Liza. Which a lot of people still like they know me, but they don't know me. And yeah, like I just when I'm Hope, I feel like Miley Stewart. I feel like Miley.
If you don't know that, do your research.
Yeah. Did you know that Miley Cyrus's name is Destiny Hope Cyrus? Her real name.
I am not a real fan. Sorry, Liza. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. No, can I call you Hope then? Thank you, Hope, for coming on the show. And I want to leave it at this. I think whether they call you Liza, Hope, Liza. Whatever.
Some people call me Riza. Riza me.
Okay.
Shout out Riza me.
Totally different. It's like we're here, you're over here. But I love it is because regardless of your name today, we've seen a different side of you. And I'm grateful. We're honored. And I'm saying we because we're a team here. We're honored that we got to be part of bringing this, showing people this. And I want to leave it with this kind of statement. I said something similar in Blythe's interview. I really hope that through everything that you've seen and heard and thought of, we can be so wrong, especially with media. We can get it wrong a lot of times, and we're so quick to judge, and we're so quick to come up with our own conclusions. I pray today, through a 1 hour podcast, 30 minutes, whatever, split into 2, that you just see a real person with a heart and a real person with a journey. and she has figured it out along the way, just like every single one of us. So thank you, Hope, for coming on. I am so blessed. This is a dream come true for us.
Oh, thank you.
And
You guys are so
do you have anything else that you want to share or invite and talk to anyone? Last words you want to say to anyone?
Well, I have a movie coming out
Great.
in September called Forgotten Island.
Okay.
And I guess I'm bringing that up because it's a DreamWorks animation film.
Cool.
I'm very proud of it because it's a Filipino story.
Oh my gosh, I have seen this.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And
Yes.
so I hope people will watch it because like I'm not even biased when I say this. It's a beautiful, beautiful film that really like accurately portrays the Filipino experience and Filipino culture, and it's just so beautiful. I cried. I've watched it 3 times already. I cry every time just because I'm like so proud of what this film is. And like I cry because like I imagine my little sister, I have a 9-year-old sister, and like my nieces, because I remember growing up in America, like I always knew obviously that I was Filipino, but I didn't know what it meant to be Filipino.
Cool.
And like whenever I would look at like, you know, media and entertainment, they never really like depicted Filipinos in a way that was like, I don't know, like I always feel like they make roles for Filipino, like nurse roles for Filipinos.
It's the
and, like,
stereotypes.
yeah, and it's always like the side character. It's like you always see a Filipino in something, but you never know what it means. They never like explore what it is to be Filipino, and this film does exactly that.
Cool.
And it's just done with so much love. The story was done with so much love and care and attention to detail, and it just it's very emotional because I can imagine all these little kids like seeing themselves in this film now,
Cool.
and being like, wow, like maybe I can do that one day.
Yeah.
Like, and that's like why I do what I do now. Like that's why I moved to America, because everybody said that I shouldn't do it. Everybody said that I'm ambitious, ambisyosa ako, and that like I'm not gonna go anywhere, laos na ako. And more than anything, it's not that I want to prove them wrong. I want to show them that it's possible, so that they know that they can dream too.
Great.
Because like people, like dreaming is only for the privileged, because you're educated, you have resources, you have the network, you have the connections, and so you're able to like see the potential of where you could go, or the opportunities that like lie in front of you. When you're not as privileged, you know, and you're not like exposed to certain things, you're limited by what you think is possible for you. And so you lower your dreams and you lower your standards for life. And I don't want Filipinos to do that anymore. Like if there's one criticism I have of the culture, is that nobody dreams big. Like I want everyone to dream big. I want and I know that it's like a scary, that could also be like a scary thing to say, because like, again, like I said, dreaming is for the privileged. But if you don't, then how are we ever going to get anywhere?
Right.
Right.
What I hear is a beautifully frustrated person that wants
I'm
to call
so frustrated.
people up.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. I want to ask one last question since we've gone here. How do you want to be remembered, Hope?
How do I want to be remembered? I want to be remembered, and I think I said this before in an interview, and it still remains true. I just want to be known for my heart. Like, I feel like I'm genuinely such a nice person, but nobody actually thinks that of me. And I'm like, how could you not think that of me?
It's a real thing to say. It's
No, but,
authentic.
like,
I love it.
I'm so caring. I'm so thoughtful. I'm like really boosting myself up right now. But like I know all these things to be true, and I find like I'm comfortable saying this now. Before I would be like, oh, ang yabang ko naman. Like I would think those things, but no, it's just the truth. Like I just care so much. Like I'm such a caring person, and that's why like I'm so opinionated. It's because like I just give. I'm sorry, you could bleep that out, but I really just give. I care about everyone, even people I don't know. And I guess that's pretty much it. I was gonna say it. Pretty much it.
You know, it. That's cool. Sorry, you and Sabine are friends, right?
Yes.
Great. Is she a good friend?
Very good friend.
Very good friend.
She does
Just very.
care, like as she described it, spot on.
Amazing. I would have believed it even without Sabine.
Oh, really?
So Hope we're honored. We're we're very blessed. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you feel as refreshed and hopeful and believing for more than ever before. For our nation, for our country, for the Philippines, we can be the pearl of the Orient again. And it's people like you, Hope, that I believe are calling us one of millions that it will require to believe that we can be the pearl of the Orient again. And I love that you're calling us up. So thank you for that. I hope everyone watching that you're having a good day, that you're okay. And if you're a little down right now, remember that we love you. We're praying for you. Well, take care. We'll see you again on the Painfully Human podcast. Deuces.
What?
Deuce. Oh, I don't know. I'm trying to be cool. I don't know.
What was that?